Yay! They say I'm live. Happy weekend to you all friends. If you're new here to Sage Lantern Tarot, I'm Sandra Törnroth, a certified tarot reader from Finland. And I specialize in career and life purpose readings nowadays. But I'm, of course, familiar with other aspects of life as well. Um, I started doing these general live readings for you last week, and I hope you enjoy them. If you want me to do something else, just let me know. I'm always a little bit hesitant doing general readings as they do not apply to you personally in that sense. But as we are working with internal energies and the tarot cards holds every aspect of life, every human experience you can have, it's a good thing to work with as well. So take with you what resonates and leave the rest. If you want a personal reading, just send me a PM or DM or what call it nowadays, young folks. And we take it from there. Uh, I'm using the Rider-Waite tarot deck for these general readings, as in the group I try to have a little, if you want to start to learn the tarot, or if you are a beginner tarot reader, you can get some exercises and learn how to connect to the cards and what they mean and everything like that. We take it step by step. I also share some useful, hopefully, uh, target targeted career and life purpose, of course, spreads that you can use in your everyday life to supercharge you in some situations and maybe highlight issues that you need to work with and stuff like that. So I share them in the group as well. So check in, from now. Um, yeah, just to check in and see what's up. I know the group is quite new, so I don't know if you get all those, notifications and stuff. But if you have a friend or something that likes tarot as well, and or needs some guidance or self-discovery tools, just invite them to the group. It's just fun, if we join if we are a group, not just me talking here. So yeah, fun. I have not set a fixed time for these lives, as I'm a mom of two and we just move into a new apartment and stuff like that. So I do the lives when I'm able to, so to speak, because now the living room is just there. So if my kids are at home, you will hear, yeah, you know what you will hear. So that's why. But hopefully in the future I will have a fixed time for these lives so you can join in if you want to. So if you listen to this, in later on, just shoot me a message so I of your reflections and stuff like that. I have issues talking today. I don't know why. Maybe it's all the pollen. I don't know. But this is the deck, and you find a link to this deck in the files in the header, and I think I can add a link in the description as well. It's an Amazon link, so just so you know, I'm an affiliate there. But it's so hard to find, the right deck sometimes. Now I've been babbling a lot, and you want to know the general reading of the day. The last week we had Four of Wands, which was a celebration or to recognize your wins in life or in your work life or personal life or anything. And I hope you did discover that you sometimes just don't allow that feeling to surface, because it's really hard to pat yourself on the back and say you did something great or you succeeded in something. So hopefully you have you have recognized that this is a hard feeling sometimes for many of us, and keep working on that card if you need to going forward as well. Because if you don't recognize your small wins or big wins, then it's hard to see how you progress in life, or how you get closer to your goal, or get closer to getting, some grounded feeling of accomplishment. So keep on working with that card because it's a hard one. In general tarot, the 401 is a really great card. It represents something will happen. Something great will happen. But in these kinds of reading, we look inside for what we need to work on, or what energies are at flow at this time. So it's quite a little bit different take on tarot. It's how tarot has progressed, I think. Of course, there are fortune telling services and fortune telling techniques as well, but in this forum, we will use it as a self development and mindfulness tool. So, let's get started with this week's card. I try not to shuffle on my desk because I know my cam will start jumping around. You get all seasick. So let's see here. So I'm used to the casino shuffling style, and now I go like this. So feeling a little bit newbie here, but anyway, this will be great. So you always shuffle your cards until you feel that you're done. It's quite a strange thing to say. There are no rules. Some ask me if there are any rules how to shuffle a tarot deck, and there isn't. You can shuffle in whichever kind of style you want. And sometimes you can shuffle different ways as well. I always this is just me, you do whatever you want as always. I just split the deck like this when I feel ready. I just split it like this. And then I take the card from the top. So let's see here. The card of the day is the Moon. Let me see here. You can see it. The Moon is an interesting card, and it's quite a hard card as well. Hard card. It's a quite complicated card. All tarot cards are complicated, but this one is like really complicated. It's about things that you don't see. It's things that are hidden from you and in your sight. This can be lies, this can be misdeceptions, this can be untruthfulness, and things like that. If the card is turned this way around, upside down, we will talk a little bit more about this in a former video, I think. And I have an article as well on reversed cards on the blog, so I can post a link to that blog as well if you want to learn more about reverse cards. But this is, if you get it like this, upside down, the card is about you deceiving yourself many times. Or you are telling yourself lies about yourself. And this is the ego. Often this is the ego blocking you from seeing the truth. Quite complicated. Tarot is all about psychology. So if you are a psychology, lover, you will love this kind of tarot, I promise you. But we got it like this, the upside. Then it's someone else is telling us lies, or trying to deceive us in any way. Some kind. And it's the Moon, the Moon is a really strong symbol in the tarot. And you see the two towers there in the card. Towers are truth, or it's a symbol of truth. Sorry for my English. And it's a pathway between, two kinds of truths. Your and someone else's truth, I think this card is thought to be. There are many different kinds of course, descriptions or references about this card, but I always seen it like that. And that's a clawfish. What do you call it? Crowfish? It's this is also a symbol of something not truthful, something is not right. And then you have a dog, and you have a wolf, I think it's called. Yes, wolf. And they are also symbols of you, your truthful friend, and something not that truthful. Mm. So this is a card of stopping in your swirls and think if you are deceiving yourself in some kind of way, which we always are. This is the tricky thing. And I will try to describe this in my way, which can be quite a hard way sometimes, but I think you get it. There are the things we know, our conscious mind, what we, take in information and process it and makes our reality. And then there's a shield, it's our ego. And behind our ego is the unconscious mind, or things that we see but we don't allow ourselves to hear. And the ego is like, a shield we have around ourselves that is constructing what we want the world to how we want the world to look at us, so to speak. So it's a filter, it's a really strong filter. And I think we all can understand it, the inner voice, and then what we say, we can think many things in our heads and we don't say them all the time. It's quite like that. But the unconscious mind is where all the information that is creating intuition is stored. So we have to look at our egos. Are our egos a little bit too strong to process the truth? Are we building a reality around ourselves that is not real? And if we are building an identity, say in our professional lives or on a workplace, which is very common to do, you don't want to show your personality all the times in a workplace, then the ego can get, really strong, and this can be very tough to deal with on a daily basis. So if you are, it's hard to say pretending, but it's, yeah, I can say if you're pretending hard to be someone else, if you have lots of imposter syndrome or something like that, then you have to start working with the moon because you are okay as you are, and we all have our talents, and you don't have to be the same as your coworker or to be, really, really great in what you do. If you try to mimic someone else, then you will not ever be better or, greater than that person, It's only when you allow your own talents to grow that you will be successful in a real way, for yourself, because you're true to yourself, not that horrible ego wall that is blocking you for being yourself, and it's very draining in the long run. And it will also allow you to grow as a person, and as you realize that you are enough as you are. And if your true or the most truthful you that you can show on your workplace isn't enough for people around you, it's not your fault. You're in the wrong workplace. And then maybe you can start to looking for something else to do or somewhere else to work, because it will be very draining in the long run. I've been on those workplaces myself, so I know exactly this. It's super hard, and especially if you're in a toxic environment where the boss is, always pouring their truth onto you that you're not enough for something like that. Or also that you're really good at something that you hate and they want you to do more and more of that, just because they are projecting, the sense that you want to do more of that because they say you're great, and it's a really vicious circle. So this card, the moon, is very complex in many ways, and it's very hard to pinpoint exactly what this card means. It's a really introspect card. So you have to look inside, or try to listen and see signals when you are not really pleased with the situation where you feel that you have to hide your personality or your feelings, or when you feel in your gut feeling, because the unconscious, you don't know the unconscious, but you get the feeling of something is wrong, and the ego is suppressing it to protect you. But if you feel something is wrong, then something is wrong. So it's a card of, I say, trusting in your intuition as well. Uh, so yeah, it's a really interesting card for you all. And I have been working with this card, the moon, my whole life, I promise you, because I always wanted to be someone else, and I lied to myself, and I tried to maintain a facade of being someone I was not. So I was in, law, and I worked in a bank, and everything is a very, very great job. But as you notice, I'm quite a spiritual person, so not maybe that best match, and I always try to hide that from people. I didn't even talk about tarot or the spiritual things that I learned from my grandma, because they were so out there in that environment, and I couldn't be myself there at all. So eventually I ventured on to being an illustrator, which was great. My own business, I could be the one, the true me, or as true as I could. We can never be truly us, because it's always that little facade towards the society. But I hope you get my point. It's much better nowadays, but it's been a really hard journey. So I thought maybe I could have the moon like a poster back here, just to remind us of that horrible card. It's not horrible, it's what I mean. But the moon is something special in the tarot deck. It's at least for me, it's a really powerful card, and something that we need to work on every day. So yeah. And let me know about your comments or your reflections on the moon card. Do you always feel that you can be the true you when you are in your workplace or in your work situation? Please let me know, and if you have any tricks and how to manage to be as truthful to you as you can be, when your gut feeling is not telling you something is wrong. When you feel comfortable in your workplace, maybe it's the right word to say. We have also been talking about amethysts. Just a minute here. This is an amethyst, and I have a little post about this wonderful crystal that is all about intuition. And this is a perfect crystal when it comes to the moon, because this is everything about intuition, to follow your gut feeling, the information that you process inside, but you don't realize that you are suppressing it because maybe it's not comfortable, maybe it's not suitable, and stuff like that. And amethyst helps you unlock that terrible ego. I don't like ego. No. But it's it's a part of life, it's a part of humanity. We all have egos, and egos has it is a protection shield, so of course it should be there. But you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. But this crystal is, if you're new to crystals, this is the one that you should get, the first crystal, I think. Of course you can get whichever crystal you want, of course. But as crystal lady, I say, this is the all-rounder, because this is intuition, it's happiness, it is self-esteem, it's everything, and it's purple, and it's the color of spirituality. So it's a spiritual stone crystal, of course. So this is the standard crystal for all spiritual people. So if you want to get your first crystal, maybe you can check into this amethyst, and you can ask questions in the ask me question box that I fancy made, you know. I was so happy when I found that little option here in the group. So just shoot me questions about amethysts. And do you have amethysts? Please let me know in the comments as well. I like to discuss, you know, if you like it or if you have some other, you know, newbie crystal that you recommend. So anyway, I hope you like this general reading. And Cara was the winner of the giveaway reading, and I will do that reading here as well on video. And let's see what Cara has in store, what the cards have to guide her in her business. I know Cara, and she doesn't need much guidance, I promise you, but maybe these cards can give her a little aha moment and for something, you know, that she's suppressing by her evil ego. So yeah, right. See you soon, lovelies, and I hope you enjoy this live, and I hope to see you soon and next week as well. And if you have any, you know, suggestions on time that is suitable for you, just let me know as well. Shoot me with questions. So bye bye.